Meet Maurice Hilleman, the father of modern vaccines and arguably the greatest unsung hero in medical history. While his name might not be a household staple, his impact is staggering. He developed over 40 vaccines, including those for measles, mumps, and hepatitis B. By pioneering these life-saving breakthroughs, Hillman's work continues to protect global health on a massive scale, saving an estimated 8 million lives every single year. He remains a giant of science whose genius has spared countless families from the world's most devastating diseases. Maurice Hilleman's productivity remains unmatched in the annals of science. This visual hit list showcases the sheer breadth of his contributions, highlighting his development of essential vaccines for measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox, alongside critical defenses against pneumococcus, meningococcus, and hepatitis A and B. No other individual scientist has ever achieved such a prolific output. By tackling nearly every major disease known to humanity, Hillman didn't just conduct research, he built the primary arsenal of modern preventative medicine, creating a legacy of health that touches almost every person on Earth today. Maurice Hilleman's journey began in the harsh landscape of 1919, born during the world's deadliest flu pandemic, a time marked by the tragic loss of his mother and twin sister. This frontier upbringing forged the man he became. His relentless work ethic grew from 7-day-a-week farm life, while his childhood chores of raising chickens provided the literal avian expertise needed for future viral incubation. Rooted in practical logic and Darwinism, Hillman rejected pure academia to make things, transforming his humble beginnings into a disciplined, evidence-based quest to save the world. In 1957, while the U.S. medical bureaucracy remained paralyzed by slow, dismissive inaction regarding the Asian flu, Maurice Hilleman took a daring rogue path. After reading a news report, he bypassed the FDA, acquired blood samples from Japan, and realized the population had zero immunity. Acting on pure instinct and data, he contacted 6 manufacturers directly to start production before the pandemic hit American shores. By circumventing the entire bureaucratic machine, Hillman's decisive intervention prevented a domestic catastrophe, proving that a single, determined scientist could outpace a sluggish system to save millions. To save a nation, Hillman knew he had to save the roosters. Realizing that farmers typically cull roosters in late summer, he issued an urgent command to halt the slaughter. This wasn't about animal husbandry, it was about securing the biological factories needed for survival. By preserving the roosters, he ensured a massive supply of fertilized eggs for viral incubation. This unorthodox move successfully produced 40 million doses of vaccine before the 1957 flu reached America, directly sparing an estimated 1 million lives through sheer foresight and tactical farm sense. In the dead of night on March 23, 1963, Maurice Hilleman's roles as a father and a scientist collided. When his 5-year-old daughter, Geraldine, woke up with mumps, Hilleman rushed to his lab at 1 a.m. to collect swabs. He sampled her throat and raced the virus back to the freezer, beginning a legendary 4-year development process. This midnight swab resulted in the fastest vaccine turnaround in history until COVID-19. To this day, the Geraldine strain remains the global standard, a testament to a father's urgent devotion. Enter the world of the art of attenuation, where scientists masterfully dial down a pathogen's lethality through forced evolutionary adaptation. The process begins by isolating a human virus, then inoculating it into a foreign environment, specifically, minced chick embryo cells. Through repeated passage over time, the virus is forced to adapt to these non-human cells. The result? A virus highly specialized for chickens but too weak to harm humans. Crucially, it remains structurally intact enough to trigger a powerful, lifelong antibody shield, turning a deadly enemy into a protective ally. Maintaining a sterile supply chain was Hillman's obsession. When he discovered SV40 in monkey-grown polio vaccines and ALV, chicken leukemia, in early measles shots, he demanded a total halt to production, defying immense pressure to set new safety standards. His Montana solution involved tracking down a rare, pathogen-free chicken flock at Kimber Farms. By passing the measles virus through these clean embryos 40 additional times, he eliminated severe side effects. This resulted in the ultra-safe Moritan strain, the gold standard for measles prevention used across the globe today. The MMR miracle represents a masterclass in clinical efficiency and compassionate science. In 1971, Maurice Hilleman became the first scientist to successfully combine 3 live viral strains, measles, mumps, and rubella, into a single, stable injection. This breakthrough did more than just simplify medicine, it massively reduced pediatric trauma by replacing multiple needles with one. By streamlining logistics, Hillman guaranteed higher vaccination compliance and broader population immunity, proving that the way we deliver a cure is just as vital as the cure itself. Hillman's genius extended even into the fight against oncology, where he achieved the remarkable feat of beating cancer through immunization. By developing the vaccine for the hepatitis B virus, a primary risk factor for hepatocellular carcinoma, he effectively created the world's first human cancer vaccine. This wasn't his first foray into oncological breakthroughs. Years earlier, he revolutionized the poultry industry with a vaccine for Marek's disease. Whether protecting flocks from paralysis or humans from liver cancer, Hillman proved that preventing a viral infection could be the ultimate defense against malignancy. The evolution of the hepatitis B vaccine marks a pivotal biotech shift in medical history. In 1981, Hillman's Heptivax B utilized human plasma, requiring a grueling 56-week purification process that proved remarkably safe, even against the emerging HIV threat. However, by 1986, the field leaped forward with Recombivac's HB. Collaborating with UCSF biotech pioneers, Hillman helped develop this first-of-its-kind recombinant DNA vaccine. By synthesizing the vaccine using yeast expression rather than human blood, he bypassed traditional source material constraints, ushering in the modern era of genetically engineered preventative medicine. Maurice Hilleman's genius was matched only by his intensity, a style many called the mad scientist method. He operated with uncompromising standards, famously berating anyone who dared meddle with his processes. His zero tolerance for slackers was legendary. He even kept apple-carved shrunken heads of fired employees as a grim reminder of his expectations. Yet, Hillman always led from the front. When the FDA hesitated on his hepatitis B vaccine, he didn't just bypass the no option for his staff, he injected himself first. This ferocious, hands-on brilliance saved 8 million lives annually. In the grand tapestry of medical history, we live 30 years longer today than a century ago, largely thanks to a legacy in the shadows. While names like Salk and Pasteur are celebrated, it was Maurice Hilleman, a notoriously gruff farm boy from Montana, who quietly engineered the modern shield of human immunity. Though honored with the Lasker Award and the National Medal of Science, his true monument isn't made of stone, it is the 8 million lives his vaccines save every single year. Hillman remains the most influential scientist you've likely never heard of.